She's the world's most famous person and currently dating one of the biggest names in American football, Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift, now a sideline staple at NFL games, provoking the suspicions of some.
Sure seems like something that is concocted in order to accelerate the fame of these two people. Get them to the Super Bowl, the largest screens on earth.
So when the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens on Monday to secure their spot at the Super Bowl...
And it's caught by Kelce for the touchdown.
It could only mean one thing. Taylor Swift is a US military operative. The theory spread by a former Republican presidential candidate.
I wonder who's going to win the Super Bowl next month, and I wonder if there's a major presidential endorsement coming from an artificially culturally propped up couple this fall.
The conspiracy, which has no evidence to it, goes like this.
Okay, so Taylor and Travis are a contrived couple. On the 11th of February, Kelce's team take on the San Francisco 49ers at the Super Bowl, but the game has been rigged by the US government, so Kelce's team will win. In return, Taylor Swift will endorse President Biden's re-election campaign.
After they win, the Travis-Taylor kiss will happen post-Super Bowl, and they will look at the camera and say, "Vote Joe Biden." I mean, literally people believe this.
The theory that Taylor is part of a secret government operation to bring down Donald Trump has been building for weeks.
Well, around 4 years ago, the Pentagon Psychological Operations Unit floated turning Taylor Swift into an asset during a NATO meeting,
forcing an exasperated Pentagon to get involved.
To set the record straight, Taylor Swift is not part of a DoD psychological operation, period.
Taylor Swift did back President Joe Biden in 2020.
I like Taylor's music about 25% less now.
And it is reported that Biden's camp wants a Swift endorsement this time round too.
So is Swift a front for a covert political agenda? Primetime obviously has no evidence. If we did, we'd share it. But we're curious.
Well, former BBC correspondent in New York, Nick Bryant, has been tracking US elections for decades. Do you want to knock this one on the head, Nick?
I watched this with head in hands. I mean, it's just nuts. You cannot believe the stuff that's coming out, right? It's bonkers. It's nuts. It's as crazy as the idea that Joe Biden stole the 2020 election. It's as crazy as NASA faking the moon landing, and this should
don't go that far.
Well, it's pretty high up there. And this should be the great all-American romance, shouldn't it? I mean, America's sweetheart, Taylor Swift, with an American football superstar. I mean, it's Friday Night Lights meets American Idol, and everybody should enjoy watching it. But, of course, everything in American politics now is politicised and polarised. And that's what's happened here as well.
I feel like conspiracy theories have always been a part of American culture and American politics. But what is it about now and the America of 2024 that gives them such, I guess, cachet culturally, right?
You're absolutely right. America has always been a bit of a fantasy land. I mean, right from the start. When the Pilgrim Fathers arrived, for instance, they thought that Satan was conspiring against them. In the American War of Independence, they thought George III was the Antichrist. And now, of course, you've got the internet. I mean, that's had a big bang effect on all these conspiracy theories. And you've got a really radical Republican Party that really doesn't believe so much in facts anymore as feelings and fear and paranoia. And when you've got those sort of things, conspiracy theories just take off.
It's an interesting one, Nick, because I've been doing this for 34 years now, and I'm just starting to think about the next part of my career. And is the chances of pop stars being used for military operations, could it be true?
Gary, I always had this theory that you are actually on the payroll of the British Secret Service.
Uh-oh, I've been given away.
I've got to say,
Doing what?
I'm having this kind of out-of-body experience now, discussing American politics with Gary Barlow on stage. Talk about a career. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. Now, there is a history of using American celebrities and British celebrities too. Cary Grant apparently was employed by the FBI to try and see if there were Nazi sympathisers in Hollywood. There was a very famous American jazz singer called Josephine Baker, an African-American jazz singer who was in Paris during the war, used to flirt with Nazi officers and get intelligence from them. So there is this tradition. But goodness me, I don't think Tay-Tay is on the Pentagon payroll.
But what you're saying is that Gary might have a future.
Certainly, for sure.
At last, a future.
James Bond, next James Bond.
An endorsement from Tay-Tay this time around for Biden. Will that mean anything? Will that make a difference if it happens?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, Biden's 81 years old. Who does he have a big problem with connecting with? young voters. I mean, Tay-Tay obviously has this massive following. She did support him in 2020. The Biden campaign's even trying to think about an appearance at the Eras tour. They want him right on stage with Taylor Swift. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but they certainly want an endorsement. And it's not just the young people who love Taylor Swift. It's their parents, it's their mums. And who often decides American presidential elections? It's suburban mums. And they love Taylor Swift. And the more they look at this, they think, the Republicans have gone crazy. So it works for Joe Biden in a number of ways.
Nick Bryant, we'll let you shake it off. Thank you very much.